The Holocaust is something that has always fascinated me, and as you will be particularly aware, had started the year before I came. I was very keen to build on that and develop that what used to be a Holocaust Day into a wider program. So that the first Holocaust Day and Holocaust Evening, from that we started to grow a program, and it is part, and it's a key part of that package, which is developing the whole student and getting them to understand that they are a small cog in a huge world, and this is a key massive but, that actually they can have an influence and they can do things about this, and so it's just a key developer in how people in how our students grow up. I can't tell you how important that day is, and when you see the students and how they react, it is staggering the impact it has on them.
It's almost endless. I suppose the biggest impact probably would be reflection on practice. The IOE's course and delivery style is very practical, and so participants are encouraged to reflect on their practice and how they deliver in this context about Holocaust, genocide and human rights education, but also delivering certain elements of key pedagogy, how groups are organised, how information is delivered rather than telling, exploratory learning, those sorts of things. And that's encouraged our staff to reflect on their practice and move forward in terms of teaching and learning.
So we've done all sorts of questionnaires after Holocaust Days. So we have a lot of data which says, yes, I now understand this, and all sorts of things like that. We also have, I believe, improved teaching, and I think this is a key part of it, whereby the way the IOE and the way Holocaust education is taught, and so, something like just a shoe, right, where a single shoe, and then it's making students think independently and start to ask questions, and they build up their own knowledge. So it's a fantastic way of teaching, very powerful way of teaching. So that's part of it. The main bit to me is the what it does for the child.
The research background and the evidence-based research are on a much wider scale. It's brought additional schools together to enhance and share. We do what we do, and we think it's an outstanding program, and it is an outstanding program. But actually, when you start to engage other schools and other professionals in dialogue, you start to shape and adapt your practice and your programs based on their input, and hopefully also input that wider moral purpose about how you can change lives of young people outside your own school, having an impact there. I think it's brought us the kudos, the reputation that the IOE bring to enable us to attract additional external speakers and additional support, which enables us to run something like the summer conference, which we ran, which really then has an impact wider than just our school, but also does have an impact within our own school.
I think being a beacon school in anything and being a lead school in anything brings big development for your staff. I think what it does is crystallises your thought processes, because suddenly you become under scrutiny and you're checked, and what do you do and why do you do that, and so suddenly it's right, okay, well, we have to have the answers to these questions. And then the fact that you're a beacon school, you're actually then saying, well, we do it like this, you don't have to, but this is a way of helping you. So your staff develop, because staff like yourself and various other members of staff have led training for other people. I think being beacon school or a lead school or anything like that actually helps you keep your best staff, because they see that you are a beacon, and that they have a chance to develop because they're helping other schools to follow that lead and develop their own individual programs. I'm not suggesting every school should have exactly the same program as us, I'm doing videos. No, I think what we are very proud to be a beacon school. I have done the training for the Holocaust education and again, part of the thing for me was I wanted to understand and I wanted to be better at it. If I was going to lead a school that was so heavily involved in Holocaust education and genocide education in the main, I wanted to know more myself. So I've read books. I've been to Auschwitz. We've taken it on board, what it is building capacity. So within this school now, there was a while where I thought that basically if you left, that nothing, it would all go by the by, but it wouldn't now. It would carry on regardless, and there's a complete change. And I think what it is now as a beacon school is sharing that with other schools.
I line manage the lead practitioner, and we have fortnightly meetings with kind of quite tight agendas. We do tie that into our appraisal and line management system. I don't know if there was an actual need to do that. We choose to, but I do think there is a need to have that regular timetabled slot meeting where sharing of potential events, sharing of changes in pedagogy, scheduling of CPD activities, discussions about either small localised or larger regionalised or national events, either participation in or organising of, can be discussed. That leads me on to kind of my second involvement, if you like, was we facilitated an international conference last summer where I volunteered to chair the conference, and that was again another life-shaping experience to have some amazing keynote speakers and workshop leaders delivering to other staff from around the country and around the globe actually. It's a very difficult one because within Bassett Academy we've got an ethos of it's not just about going on examination courses. We don't send people on courses willy-nilly, the budget doesn't allow that. But the benefits that we have seen either with one or two individual members of staff or with a cohort of students led by different members of staff in terms of staff attending IOE-led CPD sessions has been stark, and therefore now I'm in a position that when someone comes forward with a course run by the IOE or a partner, we know the quality is there, we know the impact it can have, and so as long as it ties into whole school plans and individual appraisals, there's no reason why we wouldn't do that. In terms of pushing the right buttons and accessing that, I think it's about seeing the impact that the training can have on the students. Yes, there's some development of staff and we're all fully supportive of that, but ultimately as a senior leader our responsibility is with the students and developing them. And there's kind of unequivocal evidence that through the development of Holocaust, genocide and human rights education, students' lives are changed for the better, both in terms of their awareness and their tolerance, but also their kind of behaviour, their motivation, their resilience themselves as learners is positively impacted on, and all of that results in better results, but also, as I said at the start, more empathetic and tolerant students in our school and going into the wider world.
Fabulous. We work with them regularly. They come in. I know quite a few of them by name. We've sat on panels. They've supported us in all manner of ways. We've tried to help them with how to market and how to help to take it forward, because actually we believe really so strongly in it and in Holocaust education and the power of it, that we have tried to help, because as I was alluding to in my last answer, there's such a massive focus on academic achievement that actually the other side can be lost. And I think the other side is absolutely crucial on the type of individual that you send out into society.
I would say that the most powerful resource we have, our teachers within our own school and in partner schools, and by being a beacon school you become a hub, a facilitator for sharing of best practice, and I think that's absolutely what we want to, we can pay to go on an expensive course, but actually you've got the resources in these schools, and by being central to that you draw that together, you move your practice as a school forward, and also you have that moral purpose about moving others forward.
The one thing I would say is just absolutely go for it. Go with it, support it in every way you can, be seen to absolutely overtly support it. Make sure your leadership team are on board. If as head you can't get to events, I'm sure someone else is there. But I think overtly supporting it, try to be part of it, to show the kids you're interested in it, and I think then your whole school takes off. If, like we have a staff here who will just go for it, and our whole staff love it, and have developed as better teachers for it.